this is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Bleach Immortal Souls up. So I had a video up early yesterday when we went through the elite stages and we got to 105. So we now have enough stars to actually progress through story 23. So let's go ahead and see how far we can get in this today. Okay, so as we know, Yorihime has been captured by Iroquois and Yami. They took her back to Hikapuso. So that's where we know that they are at right now. And the other guys are fighting, you know, Chad, Ichigo, Shida. They're all out there fighting, looking for her. So this is going to be the story mode version of that. I won't spoil the story for you. You can read through it at your leisure. We'll go ahead and see through who the first actual combatant is. So we've got some pretty basic stuff. Oh, that's not the right team. Not the right team. I'm going to have to go back to that and get the right team. Because it's got Shinji in there, and I need to replace that with Sasapuro. So this is the first step. This is Air and Arrow. So I mean, he was a character. When did we get him? We got him about. Is it about? I say it's probably about 2 months ago. I believe is when he came out. Yeah, I think it was about 2 months ago or so when he came out. So let's see what the last level is. So it's just 3 of those things and Air and Arrow. So we'll have to see how much damage he does. We seem to be hitting him pretty good though. It'd be really nice to have Sasapuro in there because we could drop that poison dot on him. Yeah, shouldn't have any trouble going through it. Yeah, pretty easy. But let's get him out of there. Let's go and put Sasapuro in there. So we have to see. Let's go ahead and skip this. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys. And all right, I want to drop out of this, but this is not let me drop out. I guess I'm gonna have to. So that's what I hate about this. Story modes are actually locked in. It seems like I had this problem the last time they were doing this. That shield, of course, shield was holding up pretty good. Yeah, still haven't taken down the shield on the front. So who do we got in third? Okay, so just Air and Arrow again, but this time I got surrounded by a bunch of minions. Okay, see a lot less taken down in Paradise. So he's definitely upped his power. Hit points on this one right here. So he's probably going to get one shot at us, most likely, because we're not going to have enough to take him down. But we'll get him close. We'll take him down on the next bout. But yeah, he's going to get a raid skill, but I don't think it's going to kill anyone. No, it didn't even take care of the shield on the front. And then double tap from Zangetsu there, taking him out. Okay, so how do you get out of this thing here? Not going to let me. Need to get out of this here, but at the same time I don't want to proceed into the next level. I hit skip, it's going to take me to the next level. Alright. God, boring story. We already know what happens because we actually watched the anime. I can't hit skip. I'm going to hit skip. We'll just have to get through it with Shinji. Do that. Quit the battle. So now let's see here. Let's go back into formation. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and take. It says for we're going to put Korra in the front row. Okay, in the back row. Okay, yeah, that's what we want. So that's our debris there. So let's go ahead and fight. So you can get to all this stuff out from here. Quest. Don't need that. I haven't gone through anything yet. Idle exploration. Quick explore. And 6 to 10. Okay. Okay, why is it not letting me fight him? Flaky, guys. Really flaky. Alright, so now we got the full team in there as we want them to be. So, let's see what we got here. So, another error, but so it looks like the first 3 fights. They're probably going to drag out. I guess they're going to drag out Hesumundo over a bunch of actual story modes. So they could probably take this out, you know, chapter 30 or something like that before they finish it up. So he did pretty good. He didn't do much damage to the front because of the fact that it had the shield, but he did pretty good damage to the backfield. And this is the 3rd version of him, so he's, as you can see, we're not doing much damage to him at all. I noticed that that's what they did on the previous chapter, was they did exactly the same thing. They would stick out a character, put him up for like 3 times, and then, you know, like on the 3rd time or so, be his final form. And all they would really do was basically make him hit harder and increase his hit points. And give him a rage every single time. But those DOTs are working him down. See, they give rage every time, which is serious, you know, which is not really very fair in terms of what you're doing. But as you can see, we seem to be weathering it pretty good. The back's, you know, getting hit pretty hard. Okay, so that should be 23-3. Okay, so the infiltration's still going on. So Jen's speaking to the old quarry here. So, the key is going to fight here. Okay, they've still got it. They've still got Aerodare. So it looks like Aerodare is going to be the whole chapter. It's going to be really difficult to kill him on this one. Most likely he's probably going to have 10 million hit points and do a ton of damage. Yeah. Alright, we'll have to see how this one goes. Drop a DOT on him. That's, the guy there on the left is pretty tanky as well, too. He's just almost as tanky as, Arenario is. Yeah, and then they're just gonna, yeah, this is not gonna be good. I don't like the way they do this. No stun. Alright, this should take him out here. He's exceedingly resilient, though, isn't he? He's got takes a ton of hit points to get him back down. But since you're only going up against one character, it's not that too difficult. So that was. So they're going to be, I guess they're going to be primarily focused on the Kia's fight with Aeronario. So that seems to be what they're doing. Yeah, they're going to do a whole chapter on each one. So that's a good way to extend the chapters. Not doing too much damage, but they could definitely over time do some stuff. I took them out there with one rage. Throw the poison on him there. So it looks like he's probably going to get one more shot, but as long as he doesn't hit the center again, we should be able to take it. But if he hits the center again, that's going to take some people down. Yeah, he did hit the center again. Because if he hit the center again, he might have had a chance to kill Where Did You Go? But he hit the left side there. Should take him down right here. Number 73, this is similar to what they used on Eisen. So spotted number 9. So yeah, they're just focusing basically on Riki's bout with. So I guess now we'll fight him in his final form here. So 5 or 6 chapters just for one battle. They can probably extend the story mode out. They can probably extend the story mode out. This really stories get really boring and they just talk about too much. So no, we're still not fighting him in his final form. So I'm not exactly sure what, unless they're just going to keep the final form to be the same as, to look the same as the actual other forms. Whoa! Whoa, that's not good. That hurt. If he does another one of those jumps again, things could go, oh man, way too many hit points. That's not good. He's going to be able to do that again. Oh, well, thankfully he didn't. So they didn't give him a rage every time this time, thankfully. So we should be able to take him out here. However, we've got a seriously weakened backfield, though. And he's obviously going to, he'll probably survive this barrage right here, most likely. But will that rage that he's going to hit us with kill any of my backline? No, probably not. It looks like they'll most likely survive. He's taking a little bit more damage on this one, but he's still going to survive, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, I think we actually got him. Tensei Zangetsu's an excellent finisher. Make sure you put him in the last spot because he does more damage based on lower the health that your enemy has. He does more damage based on that. Okay, so now we're going to be fighting Zeus first, so we're going to be fighting ourselves here. Not too happy the fact they didn't give at least one person a rage out of the actual gate, so we can take down some of these minions. But we should. Nah, there's not even on the second one. It's like they've reset everything. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. We need to get to rage. We need to take him out because he's healing his minions. we got to survive this one. If we can survive this, we'll be better. Because now we'll have rage. We're going to have Iroquois will be on rage. Kenpachi, yeah, just about everybody except for Tensazenketsu will be on rage now. Yeah, there we wiped him out, so we don't have to worry about being hit by them. He was pulling health from them, giving it to himself. So now that they're not in the actual picture, we should be able to take him out in 1 or 2 shots. It looks like we'll be able to do it right here. So that level there is just basically see how long you can last. If you can, outlast the hits before it. So on the other side, where Renji and Dodachaka are trapped, and then we've got Zazaburo going up against Renji. So looks like they're going to do half. They did. Looks like they did half on Rukia and Aranara. Now they're going to do Renji and Zazaburo. So it looks like they're going to do approximately 2 fights on each chapter, which is good because there's quite a few fights that goes on down in Hasemono, as you know, because I mean at first just Ichigo and Chad and the Shida go down, but then the actual Terasco or Hemi, but then actually several of the captains come down. Kenpachi comes down, Yaku comes down, and a few others. It's been a while since I watched the anime, but I know those two. The Renji, of course, yes, and Rukia. Who else comes out? I think one other, but I do know Kenpachi and Yaku come down, so I know that those two do come down as well to assist with them doing that. So they could probably, extend out the Hasamendo event. They could probably run it out over 7 or 8 chapters if they wanted to, but it looks like they're probably going to try to keep that to maybe 3 or 4 chapters. So let's see how much damage. Okay, so he's going to heal himself again, and again our rage is starting over from 0, so we don't get anything from the last one. But it doesn't look like, although we've lost our shields. That Iroquois shield is extremely handy, no matter what you say about that. Ah, come on. He's got no health. Okay, I was going to say, I didn't think he had any health left. So how tough are these beastie boys? Not bad in terms of hit points, but they do nice amount of damage. So this one should be, we should be able to take this one out fairly easy once we're using rages on him. We got, as you can see, we have poison applied, so we have a DOT applied to us. And doing a pretty good amount of damage on the front line. And there he goes. Zazapuro kills his own minion right there. Thank Kasana see Zabumaru. So he can't use his bad guy. So he researched his Bankai, found out all about it, and built this room specifically to prevent him from taking it out, to give him an advantage. So Renji knows his brother. Yeah, he does seem to like his brother. So now we're going to be able to see. It's going to be difficult to kill Zazapro. That's exactly why I've got him on my team, is because of the fact that he's extremely difficult to kill. On the other side, okay, so now it looks like we're going to jump back to where. Yeah, now we're going to jump back to. Now this is where it's where it starts to get good. So they're glazing over some stuff, but so now you know, Ichigo is facing up with Iroquois. So this is, Iroquois leads him to the top of the tower, which is where he kills, Iroquois kills Ichigo. Ichigo comes back to life as a full hollow Ichigo, which is his almost strongest form, and totally annihilates Iroquois. Literally manhandles him in his hollow form. He just overpowers him, and which is full hollow Ichigo, which you see I have in the center there of my team. But yeah, that I think that was probably the most exciting episode in the anime, was when Ichigo went full hollow on Iroquois. Cut off his arm, chopped him in half. So we've got burning. So we should be able to take him out. Should be able to take him out on this one. We've got several rages. A lot of it depends on how much the rages do damage. A lot of damage from full hollow Ichigo. And now we've got a dot. And we've got the double tap here. Since this thing gets him, yeah, we'll probably take him out here. Yeah, yep, should be able to. It's going to be. I don't think we're actually going to get to see Iroquois change in this. I'm not sure how many levels there are in this chapter, but I don't think that'll probably be in the next chapter as well. We'll see him actually change into, his full version. So, okay, well, maybe not. Maybe it's going to be right here. So now, as you can see, so we might get to see. That's going to be a hard battle. Nah. So he's telling me he doesn't have, So that's what sets him off, of course. So are we going to get to see Iroquois' full form here? Not yet. He fights him for quite some time before he actually changes. This is a pretty high hit points for front level. Characters. I hate that jump. Go ahead, hit on Zazapur all you want, simply because of the fact that he will revive himself once you kill him. So you're more than welcome to pound on him. He's taking it pretty good though. Okay, so one down. Yeah, these got some. They've got pretty good hit points here uh, for secondaries. That jump. It's not so bad about the jump. It does pretty good damage, but it's also because it stuns people, which eliminates the need for for instance, right here, Zazu Sapporo, and unfortunately, White Ichigo are out. White Ichigo is one of my main damage dealers. So we got our shield back. So we got a couple of rages to go on here, which might get him down, but he's going to have a chance to shoot at us. Once, maybe twice. No, just once. Maybe not at all. Wow. Okay. Did a lot more damage on that than I was expecting. Because that was the second time we faced him. I thought they'd up the hit points quite a bit. But it seems like they lowered the hit points in that case. So basically, Iroquois continues to, taunt Ichigo. He's trying to lure him up. He lures him up to the top of the tower. Locked up there. Okay, so that's the end of the chapter. So we'll get to see Full Hollow Ichigo in the next chapter, chapter 24. So let's take a look at the actual stages that we got here. So yeah, pretty good. We got some rewards we can claim here. 2 more Matsumoto shards, some relics, some soul jade. So 24 requires 977 stars. So yeah, definitely going to have to go through here. But we can now begin to focusing on our enhancement materials, because if you're familiar with the enhancement materials, so basically by completing up to 105 inside of the elite stages, that allows you to get 3-star on your equipment. But to actually do the enhancements for the character, you had to get 23. So we now have all of the 23. So we can now start taking our characters to Red 4 and possibly Red 5 as we begin to roll through here. So that's going to take a little bit of time. Once I do that, we'll of course then jump into the next elite stages and of course do those elite stages. Then we'll pass through into the actual story mode again on the next chapter. But what you're looking at here is basically by that time I'm going to have Kenpachi in a few days. Kenpachi will be going up to 6-star, and I'll have enough Emily shards to take somebody else to 6-star. So I'll have 2 6-stars by that time, and then we'll hopefully have some soul box events coming out for one of the other characters on my team, and get some more shards, at least enough shards to begin taking them up as well. And see what we can do, because they said they're going to have a lot of soul box events starting in the spring and into the summer. So we'll hopefully be able to get some weapons and start leveling up some of the characters, because that's really the only way to get shards for them is through the when they have an event for them. And they've been focusing a lot on the newer characters, but they said that they were going to start giving soul boxes, having soul box events, so you can start leveling up your characters to get some of the more power ones, because there's really no other way to get shards for them. It's except through getting Omni shards. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing, and it takes a lot, because like it's 240 shards to take up a 6-star character. If you look at the characters, and we'll just use Tensei Zangetsu. He is 5-star. To take him to 6-star, you need 240 shards. Okay, So it takes a little while to do it. So, but I'm probably going to bring somebody up to 6 stars. My next event after that, I'll be focusing on bringing up Zazu Sapuro, or either Zazu Sapuro or Korra, bringing them up to 5 star. But I really have not seen any survivability issues with them as yet where I think that's going to be needed. So just bringing up Kimpachi and bringing up one of these two most likely to 6 star will probably be enough to give me the edge I need to get into the higher levels. And then of course bringing them up to Red 4 and Red 5. Okay, so yeah, so all through chapter. So if you're able to do 105 in elite stages, you shouldn't have any trouble whatsoever completing the story mode. I did not really come that close to dying at any time through the story, but that's because I had run 2 tanks. So if you're not running 2 tanks, you're probably going to need to put somebody in a healing position on there, and one of the teams you're going to have your Unohana or your Hermes something, because they do a lot of damage, and those shields are pretty good. So you know, almost lost some people in the back on a couple of the levels, but overall it didn't seem to be that difficult. I seemed to be pretty much right where I needed to be. All right, so they did do an excellent job on leveling that story mode. All right, so thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified each time I do drop videos. This is Kenra coming at you from the corner, signing out.